Off to work, huh?
Uh-huh. Tools of the trade here. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to run off the flip side of a page that's going to go into the summer schedule of classes for the summer, which is due Friday.
Okay.
This is the paper feeder, and I need to adjust it to accommodate the large size paper. What I'm going to need to do is find the plate that I'm going to be needing to run today. Which is the flip side of this.
Plates on both sides of that, huh?
Yeah, this is a two-sided plate. It's an aluminum plate, and it holds up. Well, many times paper ones won't. We have some that are paper that are good for short runs, but for long runs, we use the aluminum, and this one's going to be 7,500 sheets. Actually, I'll probably run 8,000 just to be sure that I have enough. And this is the image has been burnt on, somewhat like a film on a camera, onto the plate, which will transfer it then to a blanket, which in turn transfers it back to paper. That way the image is right reading on the plate, and you can see it and then read it easier and check it for mistakes and whatnot. Be sure this is nice and firm. Takes a little while to set up because other people have used the press and have different size paper in it.
Well, those some of the ones you've already printed one side?
I just print on one side, and I have to print the flip side right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to jog the paper a second to get it all real even over here on the jogger.
Oh, let's go watch Judy jog.
I might move that jogger a little over closer to where I'm working so I don't have to walk back and forth every time. But right now I'm just going to try to get paper fed through so we can show this demonstration here.
So the jogger just gets all the edges lined up so it's nice and square, huh? Or it's all stacked evenly.
Yeah, well, I kind of messed it up a little bit here. And then what I'm going to do is put in some of the papers that I used last week that were rejects for what I call make-ready. And that way I don't use my good paper. Some of this is good, but I just kind of used it to get it up there. And then I mark where my good paper starts and my make-ready begins. camera over here to show the feeding service. Right now I've just fed it through by hand to see if it's going to deliver correctly in the delivery tray. No.
Okay, camera's up.
You can see the paper's going to feed through now evenly. Looks like it's feeding in. And now it's time to put ink in the thing and see if it'll print something. I have to mix up fountain solution, then put ink in here. How long did it take you to get the paper running through it this time?
Oh, about 13 minutes since you started.
Really? That's not too bad. Because sometimes when other people have been using the press, it is so adjusted for so many different thicknesses and sizes of paper that it takes a long time to get it adjusted the way you want it. This is going to be the fountain solution that I'm mixing here. And the press works on a water-ink balance. Where the water is, the ink won't print, and vice versa. The ink will print where the water isn't. The water is made to stick to, the ink is made to stick to the printed part of the plate. You got a scum.
So that's kind of like the scum that forms on top of a can of paint?
Yeah, sure. As you can see, it's not ink like you're used to seeing. It's not runny. It's like a heavy-duty, old peanut butter type texture, I would guess. I'm putting this in the ink fountain here.
So you're going to take a lot of ink, huh?
Yeah, because of the amount of the run I'm going to do. In fact, I'll add ink during the middle of the run because the fountain's not big enough to accommodate all the ink that I'm going to need for this job. That's probably pretty good to start. Now what I call ink up the press. I just let it run for a little bit, letting the ink get onto all the rollers here before I add the fountain solution. So I'm turning it on again, but not, the paper won't be feeding. I'll just turn the motor here. I'm removing some of the gum from the front of the plate right now, which is a protective solution we put on the plate while it's in storage. You want to take that gum off so that it's ready to receive the ink. This is plate cleaner that I use. And then I just, to be sure that it's damp enough, this is the dampening solution I mounted on here, and I'm reaching here to the tray, get a little bit of water, and just kind of dampen it by hand to start with.
Okay, so the plate has ink on it now.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And the printed piece. And I can see just by looking at it that it is off-center. People that were using the press before had the press adjusted. So what I'm going to need to do,
So it's adjusted wrong, huh?
well, it's got a bit on
I
this
see.
one. Another thing, I don't know whether I blank it off.
So that's the blanket there, huh?
Uh-huh. And it got the image transferred from the plate onto the blanket. And so this is reverse reading, and it's what contacts the paper.
Okay. I see.
I'm going to try to get 7,500 or 8,000 pieces run off before 10 a.m. this morning, and it's about 7:45, so I should do it. I should be able to do it. It's all, paper's all ready to go in, and what I'm going to do right now is do the adjustment so the paper is moved down this direction, so it's centered in the center of the page, and so when I fold it, this will be on the fold line for the inside of the booklet. And then I'll just sit here and watch it run and feed paper in and take paper out and let it dry. And anyway, that's one of the things I do here. I do other things too, with the camera work and actually preparing the flats. Oh, let me show you what a stripped up flat looks like real quick. You've already seen the plate, and this is what I used to burn the plate. I put this over that piece of aluminum and then put it in what they call a plate maker. It's just an exposure cabinet that light shines through and exposes the image onto the plate through the negative. And when I say you strip it up backwards, you're looking at it wrong reading when you're putting it down. But then when you burn it, you flip it over and burn it right reading. And this is the gripper end. This is the end that goes through the press first. And I think what I may have done on this, I need to sit and analyze it. I think I may have put the gripper end on the second sheet on this end, so I'm actually feeding it through this way, which still works. But that's just another technique of doing it. You can do that. You can either turn it this way and run it through, or you can flop it. One's called work and turn, and one's called flop and turn. And anyway, that's the story. See you later.